Fire Gaming Project. So in this short video, I'll just be going over the Phase 1 character banners for version 3.4, which will be launching in my server, North America, tomorrow evening sometime. But for others, it may be launching a little earlier. So let's just get to it. So on the first phase, we're going to be getting Alhaitham. So on the screen, you're going to see Kaching, because Alhaitham's been dubbed the Dendro Kaching. So obviously I don't have him yet. So we're just going to use her as a placeholder here. Then we have Xiao. And then for the 4 stars, we have Yunjin, Xinyan, and we have Yaoyao's debut as well. Of course, I won't have her on the screen either. So yeah, let's just get to it, and I'll keep this short and keep it moving. I already did an overview of all the 3.4 5-star characters, so check that out if you're interested, but this will be a little bit more in-depth. So let's start with Alhaitham. So I don't think that he's a must-pull character, personally, because if he is anything like Kaching, I don't even use Kaching, I'll be honest. I don't think many players still use Kaching. I know there's a dedicated fan base for her, but because there's so many characters that have come out since then, I think people have also moved on here and there and don't necessarily only use the same characters over and over anymore. So I don't personally use Kaching anymore at all, and if he's going to be much like her, then that's fine. I'm sure he'll be decent in terms of damage and everything like that, and he's definitely cool, but I don't think he's a must-pull. Because if we're going to talk meta and damage, we all know that Raiden Shogun is still like the queen of damage, right? Definitely you can make any character super strong in this game, which is why I love this game and why many players love this game, because you can dedicate your resources and your artifacts and all that stuff to make any character really awesome, which is great. But in terms of, you know, realistically, I don't know that Alhaitham is going to be like super strong. I just watched the Alhaitham demo, by the way. It just launched earlier, a few hours ago, I think. And there's this little table talk section in the beginning, just as a quick aside. And the question was, is Alhaitham stronger than Sino? Because Sino's in there too, and they're talking. And Sino said no. And, you know, I laughed because I thought, I didn't do a reaction or anything, but I laughed because I thought, that makes sense. Then maybe Alhaitham's not strong, because Sino, in my opinion, isn't that strong either. So there you go. Anyway, so I don't think Alhaitham, unfortunately, is a must-pull, but I will pull for him tomorrow when it goes live on my server and when it's installed on my PlayStation 5. So stay tuned for watching me live pull that. And yeah, if I get him, I get him. And if I don't get him, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to spend money for him, but we'll see what happens, right? Okay, next, Xiao. I don't recommend pulling for Xiao. You've heard me, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I have nothing bad to say about Xiao, but I just personally don't use him as well, and I don't think that he's a must-have unit. In the beginning, in the first year or so, yes, he was very, very strong, and he still is very strong, but there's other stronger characters that have come, and I just find that his gameplay style is very clunky, especially on PlayStation. I'm just not efficiently able to do all of his plunge attacks properly or quickly enough to get a lot of DPS out of him. I didn't bother farming extra artifacts or whatever for him either, so that's just me, but I just didn't really enjoy his playstyle, so that's just me. I don't recommend pulling for him, but I know there are diehard fans out there as well, so maybe you want to get him if you haven't gotten him already. That's totally fine, but I think he's definitely lower priority, and I don't think he's a must-pull. For 4 stars, so Yunjin has been, I think she released last year for Lantern, right? So this is like her 1-year anniversary. Of course, she has had some rate ups along the way, of course. So she's a lovely character. I actually don't use her at all. So I don't even have her at C6. So, I mean, if I'm pulling for Alhaitham and she's on the banner, maybe I'll be lucky and get her to C6. So that's fine. She definitely is a great support buff character for normal attacks, so she would work really well paired with like characters that are specializing in normal attacks, such as Yoimiya, or even just in general, like any DPS characters that you use their normal attacks for. She's fine, but I don't use her, so I don't think that she's worth pulling for. And then there's Xinyan. Xinyan is not someone that is very popular in the game at all ever since launch. I think it has to do, and this has nothing to do with the voice actress, it's not her fault. It's just more that the choice for the English voiceover choices was that they chose to make Xinyan's character speak with a southern country accent, which doesn't seem to match her look and her aesthetic, which is a rock star. And, you know, and in this case, she's like a Chinese-styled rock star. So I don't know But anyway, I think that was off-putting for certain players that play in the English dub. That's just me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that that's the main reason. That and also that she's like a split scaling character, and she's not like super strong, and she's not like the easiest to build because of the split scaling. I believe she has like, is it defense and maybe attack, or is it defense and HP? I don't remember, but yeah, there's all these things about Xinyan, but she's a lovely character, and I didn't mind using her when I was trying to get her friendship companion level up way back. But yeah, and she's great in the storylines whenever we see her. But yeah, she's not a must-pull character either. And last but not least, who will not be on the screen is Yaoyao. Now Yaoyao is going to be a healing support Dendro character, which is great, and she's cute, and she's been around in the game technically, and officially teased by Hoyoverse or miHoYo before in arts, character arts and stuff like that for like different festivals and holidays, you know, and she appears with you know, Chi-Chi often in those arts, etc. So, I mean, people are going to be very happy to get her, and we will be getting one copy for free of her if we choose to invite her in the Lantern Rite Festival event. So, there is that, and also she'll be rated up on these banners for phase 1 anyway, so there's a chance to get her additionally, like her constellations there as well. So yeah, I don't think that she's a must-pull either for Yaoyao unless you really want her because she's super cute, but because there's other healers in the game already. Now there's also other Dendro characters, so it's hard to say if she's a must-pull character, but to me I figured that Yaoyao is going to be a very similar role to Sayu, who I don't use either. So you'll notice that from my current discussion is that a lot of the characters in phase 1 I don't really use. Therefore, to me, I would say that they are skips. Okay? Or we can rephrase that as they are optional polls, but they're not must polls. Okay? So yeah, just to summarize, if we had to prioritize, if you had to poll, I would choose Alhaitham over Xiao for the gimmick and novelty factor of the fact that Alhaitham is new, whereas Xiao has been around for a while already. So that's what I would do. I would not recommend going onto this banner to try to get constellations for the 4 stars, unless you really want any of them, but I don't think any of them are must-have either. Alright, so those are my thoughts on the 3.4 Phase 1 character banners. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video where I'll be talking about the weapon banner. Thanks so much, and we'll see you there.